Good evening. My fellow graduates, I am profoundly honored to have been chosen to represent the graduating class of 2021 as your valedictorian. Thank you for choosing me to speak to you today. Your support means the world to me, and I could not be happier looking out on all of you and your friends and families. For those of you who do not know me, let me introduce myself. Hello, my name is Mackenzie. You may recognize me from a class we shared, a mutual club or team, or perhaps you recognize my voice from the morning announcements. Maybe you've never seen me before. I wouldn't blame you. I'm guilty of keeping my camera off for Google Meet classes. John F. Ross's sizable student population made it possible to form countless friendships, but it also made it difficult to connect with each of my peers. Although we may not know each other deeply, we all share a few things, including a healthy appreciation for the old cafeteria fries, strong quads from repeatedly walking up and down the many staircases, and the title John F. Ross graduate. We are connected in many ways, and this connection to my peers made my time at John F. Ross so impactful. Tonight, as we celebrate academic, athletic, and extracurricular achievements, let us also appreciate the friendships that had an equal hand in shaping our journey through high school and beyond. Many emotions can accompany graduation: joy and relief, but also anger and confusion. Joy, because it is a truly remarkable feat to graduate high school, and you deserve to celebrate your hard work and dedication. Relief, because I know we were all tired of school by the time June rolled around. Anger, because our grade 12 year was so different from that of our expectations, and I remember feeling robbed of the experiences I could not have. And confusion, because we suddenly need to decide the direction of our future, and yet we've only experienced a morsel of what the world has to offer. We've certainly grown up in the years it's taken to reach this graduation. I remember walking into grade 9 orientation back in the late summer of 2017. The school seemed unbearably huge, and the sidekicks were way too loud. They were up since 6 and fully caffeinated by the time we got there. I once saw a yearbook photo of us walking into orientation, and we looked scared out of our minds. It was probably Josky's bright yellow Crocs, because those bad boys are definitely intimidating. Those were the days when Ross was a sea of seemingly endless halls, and it was easy to be swept away in a sea of students we did not know. I mean literally swept away. There's a reason our sidekicks taught us the elbows out approach to walking down the halls. And while some of us still got lost between classes as grade 12s, we have, for the most part, conquered the halls since then. As we got older and our homework got harder, Tim's runs became more and more necessary. So did another crosswalk, specifically so we could get more Tims. I remember laughing at those caffeine-addicted students until I became one. It was always inevitable. As the years continued, we recognized more people in the halls. We started to feel more comfortable in that same sea of students we had once feared. It helped that we had developed friendships along the way. It is much easier to feel a sense of belonging when someone smiles at you in the halls, even surrounded by waves of unfamiliar students. I can tell you with certainty that seeing my peers in the hallways, whether we were close friends or not, lifted my spirits on stressful days. Our high school experience was abruptly altered when we transitioned to online school in the spring of 2020, but you already knew that. I could have never anticipated a change so extensive, and yet we have been living in the same reality ever since. We loved that our grades could only go up from that point in the semester, but the transition made it clear that school without the daily interactions with our peers and teachers can be, for lack of a better description, super boring. Whether or not you actually completed all of your coursework, I am so proud that you did everything you could for your individual situation. You all demonstrated impressive dedication to school, but more importantly, you demonstrated dedication to yourself, your friends and family, and your communities. We hoped for different circumstances for our grade 12 year. We received similar forms of teaching and learning, yet we took our experiences from the previous year to make the most out of another unexpected situation. High school was not the same without meeting your friends down at your lockers before class, trying to bring your Frosty donations down to the crowded front foyer, or competing with the sports team to prove that John F. Ross athletics will always be superior. And yet, our final year was still memorable and fulfilling, just like we wanted it to be. We were able to go to class in pajamas all of the time, a fact of which I frequently took advantage. We were able to roll out of bed and start classes in the morning, and for the most part, We did not have to take those awful pen and paper exams. Our grade 12 year was unusual, but we took advantage of every opportunity we received and demonstrated exactly how determined we are to succeed. I know we all have wishes we've made in the past year. I wish we had in-person learning. I wish we had a prom. I wish COVID-19 had never happened. I share these wishes with you. There is no doubt that the COVID-19 virus turned the world upside down, but as I look at you and your families today, I see unwavering resilience. I know many of you are likely tired of the word resilience after hearing it in probably every single speech from the last year. At the insistence of multiple people, I unsuccessfully tried to remove it from my speech. Even with my good friend, www.thesource.com, with whom I credit most of my success in English classes, I could not find a suitable synonym. The issue was, no synonym captured both the strength and adaptability that I witnessed from our graduating class. Everyone worked unbelievably hard to be here today, from the first day of grade 9 all the way up until this evening. Please accept the word resilience until we can find a suitable alternative. There are many people that I want to thank for our presence here. Firstly, all of the John F. Ross staff. Thank you to our admin and secretarial staff for everything from morning announcements to keeping everyone, including the teachers, in line. Thank you to the library staff for explaining the rules for printing every time I come in, because I get it wrong every time I come in. Thank you to our custodial staff who work tirelessly to keep us safe and healthy. It is no small feat to clean up the mess that only 2,000 plus students can make every day, especially when we meet in the halls. Thank you to our guidance, resource, and wellness staff who are always prepared to listen to us, no matter what we wanted to talk about. Your welcoming attitudes and tireless support were essential to our success in graduating. A huge, heartfelt thank you to our teachers of every kind. All the teachers at John F. Ross are wonderful people whose devotion to our education is awe-inspiring. Thank you for passing your knowledge and wisdom to us through the courses you teach, whether we were learning about the human body and the environment in science courses, or how to capture the world in our music and sketches in art class. Our teachers do more than teach classes, though. Thank you to the teachers and other staff who run our clubs and teams and get just as excited for practices as we do. Thank you to our families, both by blood and by choice, for supporting us through our high school careers and being here to celebrate with us. Finally, my biggest thank you goes to you, my peers. We developed many expectations of high school as we grew up. I should know, I watched the High School Musical trilogy many times to prepare. While we did not get everything we expected, you are the reason that our time at John F. Ross will be so memorable. You came to school and learned as much as you could. You raised incredible donations for our community through various fundraisers. You advocated for social justice that our world sorely needs. You smiled at me in the halls whenever we crossed paths. You, my peers, are the heart of my high school years. I'm incredibly excited to see where we end up in the future. The world is big and scary, but it is also full of possibilities and opportunities about which we can only dream. Whether you head into the workplace, an apprenticeship, college, or university, I'm confident that you will tackle the world with the same strength and determination you showed this year and all of the years before. Sharing John F. Ross with you has been my greatest pleasure, and I hope you know you will always have my respect, my gratitude, and my congratulations. Thank you, and good luck.